Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, folks. Hey, let's give her a hand one more time. It's Marla Green by way of Mod, Texas, singing the national anthem for us tonight. Always great to see you. And Tim Eves. So here we go, race fans. We're underway at Boothill for the 4th annual King of the Hill Pro Mod Heat Race number 1. Man, I imagine the surface will blow a lot of that dust off here in a few moments. There's always a method to the madness. As Adam Stevens has the race lead off the Richard Holt down the back straightaway takes over the top spot from Stevens. Even Stevens holds on to second into 3 and 4. Here comes Graham. Rolling like a big shot down to the inside of the Boothill Speedway Racing Service. He'll dispose of the 325 of Josh Bauckham. Disposed of him quicker than a Hillary email. So they head back off into turns 1 and 2 on demand on raceontexas.com. And car number 33, Richard Holt, trying to break back into ABC Auto Parts victory lane here since last May. Hadn't raced here but 3 times this entire season, if that. But I have seen Richard around and racing Vivian one night as well as off of 4. He'll see 2 more sticks, 6 and 2 to go. 6 laps are scored, 2 laps to go into turns 1 and 2. As down the back straightaway, Robert Graham may have the best hot rod of the bunch. He'll try to hunt down car number 33 here for the race lead. Here comes Bauckham now, sliding in. Trying to take that second spot back. The white flag is out for Richard Holt. Final time down the back straightaway. Holt looked like he just went ahead and checked out. He does. He throws the keys on the counter. And Richard Holt going to take the win in car number 33 in heat race number 1 for the Pro Mods. Wayne Barnes in 160 out of Benton. Tim Eves is in the number 121. And the lights are out. We're underway. On demand on Race on Texas, our heat race number 2 for the Pro Mods. Hey, folks, y'all do everything you can to make some room out there for the guys that are still coming in. We don't want anybody to turn around and not watch the race in the night because they don't have anywhere to sit. Let's try to make as much room as possible. Scoot in, do whatever we need to do, but want to make sure everybody can enjoy the races tonight. It's always a good problem to have, though, nonetheless. Here we go for the race lead down the back straightaway. The winningest driver here all year long with 8 victories. Going to go to the inside of the number 11 for the race lead. Bubba Vines has his hands full there momentarily. He'll drive it up high off of exit, but Vic Jr. smooth as butter around the bottom. He's on a roll. They're 2 by 2. 2 by 2. And Mike Washburn will soon catch that lead group of cars as he heads off a 2 down the back straightaway with his crosshairs dialed. And lap traffic up in front of your leaders. It's about to get wild. Vic Jr. asks Bubba Vines, where you going to go and where you going to hide? Because they ain't letting up down the back straightaway. He will not. As now Humphrey, now trying to put the pressure on him. 5 solid Pro Mod drivers right here in the top 5. The 2 winningest racers in this division is Vic Jr. Wright, second with 8 victories, 4-time winner this year to the number 27 of Mike Washburn. He'll dispose of, oh, look out, Trent Humphrey. He got 2 there for the price of 1 from 5th to 3rd and 1 corner and half a lap down the back straightaway. The 515 coming up limp there of Humphrey, and disposing of easily is the 27 of Mikey Mike. Bubba Vines out front looking like Mike Washburn or Doug Vick. No, in his own respect, great racer. Bubba Vines is just one of the few drivers I've actually seen here come out of a B main, win the B main as a matter of fact, and come up and win the main event on his birthday in a factory stock here 6 years ago. As we roll off of turn number 4, the number 11 of Bubba Vines still out front, dictating traffic tonight. Will tonight be a night that he can break into ABC Auto Parts victory lane for a triumphant celebration? Always racing with a heavy heart in memory of his great friend, Billy Robinson Sr. As he sets his sights down the back straightaway to turns number 3 and off of 4. It'll be all checkered flags in front of the face of the Bethany, Louisiana hot shoe. Bubba Vines takes the win. Second will go to the 4V of Doug Vick Jr. Third goes to the car number 27 of Mike Washburn. Michael Swoblins, he's out of West Monroe in car K19, the 504X, shock on, shock off from Grand Prairie, Texas. That'll be Jason Cook. James Riddle from Crandall in car number 14, and Brian Shaver from Gashada. There we go. Oh, Shane Hebert starting at the tail 2 in 21. Did he not make it? He did not. We're underway from your first C feature here for the 10,000 win King of the Hill. The action should be hot, and it should be heavy. As they head off a 2 and down the back straightaway here on the opening lap of this one. It'll be the Tyler, Texas racer Kelly Lockie. He'll drift up top side of the racetrack with a major push that time. Opens up the door for Roberts, who is inside. And they're 4 wide momentarily down the front straightaway. They're definitely 3 wide, with the 41 of Velasco having to think better of it. It's a log jam right now.
What is he doing?
Yellow in turn 2. And Sean here 3 weeks ago. And went the victory lane of the Trophy Dash to open up the night when he started 6th. And he put on a well of a show to do it. Maybe been the best Trophy Dash I've seen. And it'll be up to Lucky. He's getting a shot in the shorts on the restart. Oh, baby. Here we go. We're going to go at it into turns 1 and 2. Lucky. A little loose there. Maybe he loses a goose, but he says, don't get me started. He'll roll into turn number 3. They're trying to yank all over his chain. Off of turn number 4. Down the boulevard, it'll be all Lucky. Here comes Lopez. That ain't no Lopez tonight, baby. Here he comes. First night out. First weekend on this brand new laser chassis for the number 5 machine. Paul Lopez out of Princeton, Louisiana. He might be the Prince to Princeton, but he's trying to be the king of Boot Hill this Saturday night. As boy, we got some wild stuff going on back here. Right now, sitting in the 10th and final transfer spot. The 10th and final spot right now going door to door for it is the 7 of Sessions and the 5 of Lishman. That seems to be the best battle right now on the racetrack. And it is for transfer. Scott Young. And this is when Scott Young wishes he had that provisional as Money in the Bank, because his night is DONE, stick a fork in Scott. He's headed to Elvis Presley Boulevard to the Heartbreak Hotel. Tough break for Scott. Man, if Scott had just... obviously, he wouldn't have wanted it to go that way. Had some bad luck last weekend and knocked him out of the points lead. Dean Rasco inherited it. And the caution is out for the second time in this one. once again. Cake's been baked. We'll relight the candles off of turn number 4. It'll be up to Lockie to light the fire. We're back underway. Well.
It was not me this year.
Hallelujah. Lights are out. Oh, Lopez got to jump onto the inside of Lockie. We are back underway here at the Boothill Speedway. Into turns 1 and 2. They're 1 by 2 by 2 all the way back to the tail end. 3 wide. Here comes Dylan Alasko. Down the back straightaway. Dylan Alasko trying to work his way to the mix now in car number 41. He'll roll to the inside for 4th. Into turn number 3. It's a log jam. Oh, Dylan Alasko nearly lost the handle. Bottles up a few of them. Down the back straightaway, heading into turn number 3. The 91 of Craig Oakes. I'm sorry, Kelly Lockie. Look at me calling him Craig. And Triple X Rocket of Sean Graham is hoping that Dylan Alasko makes the show tonight. He wants Dylan Alasko to make the show, and he definitely wants Scotty Case to make the show, because if he does, then Sean Graham will have a provisional from Thursday night's time trials. Graham hoping and crossing fingers and praying. Oh, and Alasko just slid up the track. Oh, man, and they're going heartbreak. Heartbreak Hotel. Oh, my goodness. And Ricky Sessions is around.
Johnny Paul.
I want to thank them for being on site and on the scene that quick, fast, and in a hurry. Thank you guys for doing what you do. As they roll through 3 and off of 4 this time, we're back underway here at the hill. Lord, we pray that no weapon formed against the fan that is being assisted by the Valentine Ambulance Service right now, that no weapon formed against them shall prosper, Lord. Not sure of the situation, but they're getting the stretcher out. Again, hey, y'all make some room over here. We got a stretcher coming in. I need y'all to make some room, okay? Or like, just allow these guys to do their duty here. As Kelly Lockie continues to lead over Paul Lopez in this one. TJ Evans being pressured by, and the caution is back out.
That's what mine does, and then he does the town the same way.
Lights are back out. A few cautions plaguing this one. And we are back underway, taking the top 10 of the main event. Or not the main event, sorry, the B. Woo! Jumping the gun. As we are underway back into turns 1 and 2. As they head down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 2 this time. Here comes Evans now fighting to the inside of the laser chassis of Paul. Oh, baby. I thought that was about to end ugly. I did. I thought it was about to get nasty. Saw Michael Knighton about to end up on I-20 last night, so... Of course, no time to send praise, but we want to thank Valentine Ambulance Service for being right there on the scene, man. And we certainly go to the good Lord and ask him for his hand over that no weapon formed against this great race fan shall prosper. And we believe he'll be able to return out here and see the great racing sometime in the future, if not tonight. 2 laps to go, though. Bagging racing, kind of tough to get your mind back on that when you see your fellow race fans going off on a stretcher. It's never fun. Nonetheless, this time by, really the white flag out for Kelly Lockie from Lockie, Texas. Call it. Down the back straightaway, TJ Evans trying to pressure his good friend Kelly Lockey for the race lead and for the victory. Final trip off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. He won't leave the lane open. Kelly Lockey going to go to victory lane in the first B feature of the night, or C feature. Second, we go to Evans. So taking the top, T. Blanchard in B7 from Cashetta. Benji Reeves in 523. Richard Tubbs in 1T. 35 is Paul Grays. 45B is Cowboy Richard Blanchard. Landon Miller in 07. And we got a lot of them. Here we go. And we're back underway here at the Boothill Speedway. I'm telling you, it looks like we have 50 cars on the racetrack right now. And we're only going to take the top 10. As right now, the best battle for it, and the one on the first lap in that 10th spot is Richard Blanchard. And they're 3 wide. Look out. Oh, baby. About bottled them all the way up there. Some right foot's hitting the brake pedal there. And Richard Blanchard trying to go 3 wide here to the inside of his Uncle Freddie. Through 3 and off of turn number 4 this time. Down the front boulevard they come. Blanchard still occupies the 10th and final spot at the moment. No, he's back to 11th now at the line. Here comes Josh Greenwood, and Blanchard has smoke coming out of the 45. Alphabet soup game is going to be difficult. If that, I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold on. He can't hold on. It's done. Tough break for Cowboy. He has to be flaming. And he has to be hot underneath the collar. His weekend has gone absolutely tumultuous to this point. You couldn't dream of a worse nightmare. Down the front straightaway, the D28 of D-Rock Derek Daniel, the 2007 factory stock track champion at Gene Borders Arclitech Speedway. Out front with the race lead, a D28 being pressured by Collins, the Cleveland Texas, and here comes that Ford. Ford Power trying to roll to the front. Here comes Scotty Case, making a case for second. He'll roll to the inside around the hub of the racetrack, this time off of 4. Collins sticking tough to the outside in 0. Roebuck in 4th. 5th, this is 7G of the Texan, Jason Gore, the former Dustin Duncan Memorial winner. Gary Lipscomb comes up limp at the top of turn number 4. We'll get a caution on the racetrack. Derek Daniel going to continue to lead here as they back underway through 3 and 4. Scotty Case pressure in the 0 off of turn 4. Look out, they're 4 wide there off of turn number 4. Going to lead them in the D28. Right now, the fastest car on the track is Fran Collins. He's got the quickest time. We're back on our way as they go off into 1 and 2, trying to go 3 wide there off the X. Oh, baby, right in front of the field. Right outside, Landon Miller, Josh Greenwald, and Thad Royal. 11th through 13th. We'll see what happens. The lights are out. We're back underway. Frank Collins going to put it up top. Scotty Case leaving some room and showing some sportsmanship, respect to the outside. They roll through 3. Collins is digging up top in the 0. Here he comes on D-Rock now off of 4. Great racing for transfer. Oh, baby. Jason Gore just got the bull. The bull gets the horns. And around goes Jason Gore. They hadn't raced much here at Boothill. as Derek Daniel. Once you got it, you got it. You don't forget. D28 out front with the race lead. Oh, Randy Cox just went for a wild ride through the infield. A 1080 on the dirt. I'll look to my scores. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Down the front straightaway, back into turn number 1. Derek Daniel. And here comes Scotty Case to the inside for the race lead. Down the back straightaway, Scotty Case trying to dispose of him now for the top spot. He does. He'll go to the race lead as Randy Cox does not get the caution he was looking for. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1. D-Rock back working. The pair of Louisiana racers trying to hold off the hard-charging Texan. Fran. He said, "You ain't no friend of mine." Fran Collins. And back here behind Fran to the 35 of Graves are 3 wide with Roebuck. Stills and Roebuck making contact. Robbins. 27 of Greenwood coming up the limp at the top of turn number 4. Scotty Case, inherited the race lead, Calhoun, Louisiana racer. Gonna get on the throttle and put that Ford power to the test. Has a fast car in time trials, and tonight trying to get it to translate over to racing. Looking pretty good here early on, disposing of a few of them, starting from 3rd, and he has the race lead. He'll get back on the loud pedal for Calhoun, Louisiana, Scotty Case. Back at it underway here at the hill. Weeding the field down here in the waning stages. Next time by, it'll be 5 laps to go. Derek Daniel with a big push that time. Fran Collins is going to try to skate away and go to 2nd, and he will at the line. Fran Collins the 2nd over the D28 of Derek Daniel. Here comes Paul Graves in car number 35 now. Here comes the 7 of Jason Gore. Working back to the inside of the 89M of Robbins. The battle for transfer. Oh, baby. Battle for transfer into 1. It's heating up. It's wild back here for transfer. Randy Cox trying to take that spot back away in car number 45R. So I've got Landon Miller in the 07, who's actually in the 10th and final spot. I'm not sure if the 45R Cox has been scored a lap down. Perhaps. Oh, he is a lap down. Sure is. Now off of 4, down the front straight away. 2 laps to go. Fran Collins got it digging up top with a white flag coming out this time by. Can Fran Collins dethrone Case? The battle for transfer is a good one as well. Landon Miller in the 07 has it right now. He goes, washes up the racetrack. Final time through 3 and 4. And Derek Daniel looking to get disposed of by the 35. He will. Your winner going to go to Scotty Case. 2nd goes to Collins. 3rd, the 35 of Graves. Once again, race fans, the top 10 transfer to one of the B mains. Your final C feature of the night. Your final C feature, 18 laps, and this is the top 10. Here we go. Look at Slater. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. we got a little bit of everything in that crash. I mean, they kept wrecking and wrecking. They wrecked 1,000 commodity in factory stock action as of late. Make no mistake, Outlaw's around, and it's here to stay. As lights are going to go out, it'll be Rogers and Perry. We're back underway. Heading off into one. Rogers trying to get the whole shot on the 12 of Bo Perry. Down the back straightaway, Bo Perry says, I'll have nothing of it. Here comes Muskogee, Oklahoma's Kyle Slater, looking like Kelly Slater. Surfing the top side of the Boothill Speedway, riding the wave off. Oh, baby! Gave Bo Perry a shot in the shorts. I thought Bo was about to be a goner. Kyle Slater driving with reckless abandon. It just hurt him. He lost maybe a right rear. Only driver to win both of his heats last night. Came through and won his second heat from the 8th starting position. We'll see what Joshua Martin has here on the restart. Back underway down the back straightaway. Perry starting to step out from the competition here early in this one. Trying to log some green flag laps into the history books. And they roll off a 4 down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Back here battling. Three-wide battle down the front straightaway with the Nightmare Michael Knighton around the hub of the racetrack and the number 96. Look out, Greg Atwood nearly lost the handle, but he corrals it. Down the back straightaway. Right now, the 101A in the 10th and final transfer spot. Oh, BJ Cook. BJ Cook got some horns there. Not bad. BJ stays on the throttle and elects to keep us under green flag racing. Down the back straightaway, best battle right now. To the inside for third is Tommy Williams Jr. He'll slide up for a slide job. Slide job here. The 88M of the Northwest Louisiana racer. Joshua Martin turns back down underneath. Williams drives it deep off into turns 1 and 2. They head down the back straightaway with their sights set on 3. And the back bumper of Rogers up in front. The 151 of Williams still holds on to second. With the 88M of Martin giving him all he's got. Mike Knighton. Oh my. Jonathan Stewart didn't give the 101 much room there. And that would bit the concrete. Halfway in this time. 9 laps to go. 9 in, 9 to go. And the longest stretch of green flag laps being logged into the history books so far to this point. Now on the third seat feature of the night presented by R&R Timber. R&R Timber Heat Race seat feature number 3 presented by Candid Solutions in the 1. That's all Bo Perry marching to the beat of his own drum right now. Tommy Williams was able to get out underneath the clutches of the 88M of Martin, rolled the third and tried to work on the inside of the 366. He slammed the door shut in front of his face that last time by off a 2. Rogers looks like he's kind of closing in on the back bumper of the 12 of Perry with 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go into turns 1 and 2. And Williams is catching the 366 of Rogers. The battle for the race lead, but for transfer is about to heat up. Mike Knighton, I think, has it right now in the number 96. Michael Knighton has the 10th and final transfer spot as we tick-tock that race clock. We wind it down. 88M of Martin is backsliding now. And Stewart just threw a slider on the 96 of Michael Knighton. Jonathan Stewart just threw a slide job for the 10th and final transfer spot down the back straightaway. 2 laps to go, and Mike Knighton just broke. Tough break for Michael Knighton. Has a nightmare of his own tonight. Michael Knighton, who would have been sitting pretty after a stellar heat race number 1 last night and bit some back straightaway concrete after contact with a 125 car. And a white flag coming out this time by for Bossier City, Louisiana's Bo Perry in 12. So Jonathan Stewart comfortably now on the 10th and final transfer spot in car number 29 for the final time in the 3 and 4. Bo slowed down a little bit, but was probably playing a little conservative. He'll come to the face full of checkered flag. Bo Perry going to be your winner of C feature number 3. Second, the 366 of Rogers. The 151 will grab third of Williams. So the 10th and final transferee by way of the Bad Thompson out of Bivens, Texas in car number 80. Bubba Sampson in the 80. Oh my. The feature race winner here, or in the trophy dash, but he has multiple wins at Rose Bowl this year and is limited. The lights are out. We're back underway. Here comes Cody Tupper. Cody Tupper said, "Hey, what's for supper?" Oh my goodness gracious. Halfway, let's try to be attentive of who's coming up through the walkways. Let's try to accommodate and make room for those folks. Thank you. Four-cylinder heats up next. You should already be in the staging area. As limited modified. Oh, Kelly Lucky got in there hot and heavy to the inside of the number 11 of Alford. Threw a little elbow on him. How about Chase Abear tonight? The top 8 go to the main event, and right now it's young Abear up inside of the top 8. He is in 7th, I think. Yep. How about that? 14 years old. Oh, baby, look out. Oh, my goodness gracious. That dude just drove it deep into the inside of Chase, and Chase is not scared. He stays on the gas down the front straightaway. The triple C, and that's about to stand for Caddo Correctional Center. He'll use lesson learned from his father here if he wants. Oh, well, he got crossed up in front of there. The 9 of Abear did all he could to corral the car, but he could not hold on to the handle. In car number 81, he'll be a threat for that $10,000 victory tonight. As Danny Roy, Jeff Roy. The top 8 transfer, folks. The lights are out. We're back underway. Oh, my good, Chris Kuhn. A-Bear in the 8th and final transfer spot being pressured here by Bubba Sampson. Bubba Sampson, a long-time racer. The question is the Triple C going to go in there with his head on fire? As Kuhn is undoubtedly the faster of the two up ahead of him, but he'll have to get there. And he drives it deep into 3 and 4 with a slide job, if you will. Not really a slider. Nope, that's not a slider. If you don't clear the man in front of you and they give you a shot in the shorts, you didn't clear him for the slider. You just used them up just a little bit. But, hey, that's what you do whenever you got to get what you can get. I don't blame Triple C at all for that. But Chase A-Bear better get up and get on the throne now and get on the loud pedal because the Triple C car is about to drive it into downtown West Virginia. I don't even know what that means, but it's about to get nasty. Watch. White flag coming out this time by. And how many folks want to bet the Triple C may use up the young 14-year-old here? I only say that going off of the previous outings here before he made contact with the youngster prior. Down the back straightaway for the final time in the 3 and 4. He'll go to the hot side of the Boothill Speedway. Kuhn's got to run. He will hold, serve, drag race into the line. A-Bear holds him off. That was nice. The 4-cylinder is going to take the green with the racing family out of Shreveport. We'll lead 1 and 2 into 1 and 2 for the first time, and the caution's already going to come out. Maybe they... So Racing Graham going to get on the throttle this time, and here comes Peace. He's a bull in the china closet here early on, but nonetheless, it's working. This time it's legal. Into 1. And Racing Graham's up to the challenge. Down the back straightaway on the opening lap of this one for the 4-cylinders. Racing Graham washes up the racetrack, makes contact with the 11. He says, sit down and take a seat. And the 9-year-old youngster continues to hold on by half a cat's whisker at the line.
He doesn't even have a whisker.
He doesn't even have a whisker. That was good. I can give you that. James is trying to keep the peace. The young 9-year-old trying to give him all he's got for it. Down the back straightaway. 9 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Try to put that in perspective. What were you doing on Saturday nights? Oh, baby. He'll drive it deep to his inside, and he ain't out of the throttle, folks. He's got the right foot glued to it. To the point at Boot Hill. Using, I would say, lesson learned from his father, but I guess that would just be the truth. In the 1. I love it.
That's good racing.
Right? Yeah, it's good, hard racing, but the favor can be returned. We'll see what happens if James Peace elects to keep the peace, and 2 laps to go. Looking to become tonight's Boothill Speedway People's Dirt Track Champion. Racing Graham holding on. Trying to relegate the number 11 of Peace in the 6K of Kennington. He washes up the racetrack that time to 3 and 4, and Peace drove it in deep. Once again, the white flag is out for the youngster. Final trip around the speed plant here in Boothill Speedway tonight. Into 1. He washes up again to the racetrack. He pushes. He gets back on the throttle down the back straightaway. Comes down the elevator. And nearly put the 6K in the basement. They're 3 wide. It looks like he may hold on, race fans. Can he do it? Oh, no! He bobbled big. He'll try to cross underneath. How did that happen? And he... I'm not sure that did the 3 win the race? Want to try to keep them in the ballpark. Not let them get out of hand like the old other mini stock class did. Well, they're not mini stocks, though. Yeah, well, like they ended up like mini mods. I wish we did have a good rear-wheel drive mini stock class. The 17-year-old racer coming up the 3rd. I'd keep your eyes on him, of Michael King Jr. 17 out of El Dorado, Arkansas. Last time he was at the Boothill Speedway, didn't end too pretty for him. He totaled a Chevy Cobalt down the back straightaway as he was leading that race, and was pressured and raced hard by the 3 car, who just won the previous heat. And he's out for some redemption tonight. Won last Friday night at Texarkana 67 Speedway. He'll roll to the outside of the 1HC. What a race we have brewing here for the top spot race fans off of turn number 4. Michael King Jr., the 17-year-old. A pair of 17-year-olds into one. No, wait. How old is Chris? I know, but sometimes I'm gone. Polished on. Final time off of 4, making a final lap past the 14 JR from El Dorado, Arkansas. Michael King Jr. takes it. For the 6th row from West Monroe, Louisiana. Driving the Outlaw Chassis 125, it's Lou Lyles. Jeff Hauser driving the Powers Motorsports Wild Child Chassis as the lights go out. We are underway for... Are we going 20 or 18 again? 20 laps the distance. 20 laps the distance as they head off into 1 and 2. 20 laps the distance down the back straightaway. We're taking the top 7. The top 7 will transfer to the main event. The drivers 8th, 9th, and 10th will go to the non-qualifier. Right now, Travis Bowden ready for anybody to bark up his tree. Down the back straightaway, and here comes Conroe, Texas racer, and the KMO 27 of Dalton Faulkner. Faulkner working to the inside. They go 3 wide for 2nd, and it's all Travis Bowden out front with the lead. Off of 4. As you can see, the cream has risen to the top, and we have yet to see yellow, and I don't mean to jinx it. Into 1. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. All these guys able to hold on to the wheel, though. We have yet to see a trip to Banana Republic. Off of 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Here comes Herring for the race lead. And he'll roll to the inside of Bowden. Bowden's up to the challenge. He'll smash the loud pedal and put that Jamie Wills WCH power to the test. Into 3, putting that best engine built by Priestley to the inside. Not going to work. Bowden rising and holding on to it. Relegating the number 21H of Jared Herring for the top spot. They roll off a 2 once again down the back straightaway, this time setting their sights on turn number 3. We got a will of a race brewing here in Greenwood tonight. This is for all of it. It is so very important who wins this race to get the starting position, obviously, that you want to start in. And, oh, Bowden tapped the wall. He kisses the wall into 1. Bowden smacked the wall a little bit. Got him a little bit cattywampus. Now he's going to go 3 wide back here for 3rd. Got disposed of by the 47 of the Hazlitt, Texas racer, Tom Earl III. Earl goes to 2nd. Now he'll set his sights on the 21H of Jared Herring. Jared Herring won the Prelude, the last year's King of the Hill. The race leading up to the big 7,000 win that, of course, Grigsby ended up winning. But right now, Travis Bowden has his hands full with the number 11 bootlegger race car. There is now 3 different chassis manufacturers occupying your top 3 positions on the racetrack as they roll off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. An Outlaw chassis built by Justin Whitehead out front with the lead, and the 99 of Tankers leads around in 3 and 4. He'll get it refired and rolling, but he is going to bring out a caution. Or he's not, or he is not. I'm surprised because it looked like he was trying to. Into 1. No harm, no foul. We stay clean and green. As now Bowden receiving work. He'll have to punch the time clock with the 27 working to his inside of him. He said he's ready to punch out. And they make a little bit of slight contact. Bowden and 27 make a little bit of slight contact here on the front stretch. Oh, man, and Bowden just washed up the track, and it looked like maybe he had a tire go down or something, but it appears to me that something's not just working quite to the expectation for Travis Bowden. He didn't look up into that run he had last night, folks. He absolutely earned it. He was up on the wheel with both hands and both feet. And I think after the contact with the front stretch wall and the earlier contact there with the 27 has done his handling in here. And he'll look to just hold on to it. I mean, he is a victim of perhaps not even going if he can't hold off Ingalls here and continue. As here comes the KMO Racing number 27 of Faulkner for 2nd now. Jared Herring is absolutely gone. He has got a near whole straightaway advantage on the 27 car from Conroe, Texas of Dalton Faulkner. Dalton Faulkner has been oh so impressive all season long at all the racetracks around the Arklatex. Doesn't matter where he's checked in. He opened up the year with the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series in his factory stock at the Timberline Speedway in Coeur d'Alene, Texas. Had a solid top 5 run there. Finished 4th in this year's Factory 50 at Arklatex. Throw him any kind of track service, throw him any configuration, and he'll rise to the top. As now Kirby, Arkansas's Neil Kemp, who won last year's Factory Stock 50 at Timberline. Down the back straight will dispose of the former top qualifier at Timberline at time trials. And Jason Ingalls doing what he does. Racing to the inside. Not able to dispose of the number 47, who's slowing down here late in the going. He'll now be in the clutches of the number 11, who's trying to reel him back in, who he did battle with earlier in this one. Travis Bowden crosses down the racetrack, trying to put the heat on the 47. Ingalls will dispose of the 47 of Earl and put him back to the 5th spot. Bowden is 6th. 7th is the 83 of Tucker. Looking to go into the non-qualifier right now is Jody Prince, who's 8th. And 9th is Peyton Taylor. And the number 80 car, or 20 rather, of TJ Evans would be looking to be inside of a non-qualifier. 3 laps to go. It'll be 2.5 when Jared Herring meets the midpoint of the back straightaway. Oh, he already met it. He's just that fast tonight. 2 laps to go this time by for the Viter Texas racer. The driver to the Outlaw chassis, best engine powered, grease and Texels, Royal Purple synthetic oil. Knows his way around this particular racetrack. And he'll roll off a 4 to the white flag. The first time we paid $10,000 to win for this race in 2015. Oh, yellow on the... Oh, no. A tough break for Earl. Jared Herring moving, booking, blistering the Boothill Speedway Racing Service. Will get back underway. A good restart by Neil Kemp. Neil Kemp will try to go higher than the Goodyear blimp in the turn number 3, but no, he gets the door slammed shut right in there in front of his face. The Conroe Texan told him to sit down and take a seat off of 4 to the checkered flag. Herring still wins. Faulkner holds off. Kemp 4th will be Ingalls. 5th, 6th, 7th. Tommy Mercer Motorsports, Southern Roofing, number 100, Outlaw Chassis. Brian Cook from Florine, Louisiana, the 100. The 70 of Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain. The lights are out, 20 laps. The top 7 to the main event. Here we go. Oh, the 3 wide already on the start. Whitehead fitting down to the inside, and Carver going to go way up top this time at 340. 45. Speaking of, Dean Rasco working back to his inside down the back straightaway. Rasco knows he's going to have to get up on the wheel tonight to get a run on the 340, and here comes Whitehead stepping to the outside of the 45 now. Colt 45 may have to use a little bit of zigging and zagging. He'll zig to the bottom side of the racetrack here as Whitehead pulls to the back bumper to the 340. Last year, Heartbreak Hotel for the 36J of Whitehead, who led the first 42 laps of the main event before suffering a malfunction underneath the hood of the 36J car. Didn't lead the final 8. The counter. Here comes Whitehead for the race lead, and Carver just shot out of a cannon down the back straightaway. The G-Force is throwing him back in the seat. The same car that he won the 5,000 in 2 years ago at this racetrack was here last weekend testing and tuning for this event and broke, leading the main event. So right now, 2 of the heavyweights in this division, 2 former TMS World Dirt Track champs, but the 7-time Cajun Classic winner and the measuring stick of success in this division, over 155 wins since the start of 2012, is Justin Whitehead to the inside for the race lead. Oh, baby, they make a little bit of slight contact. Whitehead in 340 making some contact there. This is a good one so far early on. Rasco right there ready to pounce in the mix. Down the back straightaway as they hit off into 3 and 4. Carver up top in 340. Whitehead putting the heat all on him, but Carver getting just enough room, and he'll skate back to the outside, but Whitehead leads that lap. Whitehead led that lap at the line. The best lap in this race so far, turned by Justin Whitehead with an 18.713 and 18.762 for Carver. That differential last time at the line was a 0.001. 1/100,000th of a second off of turn number 4. Down the front boulevard, Carver's going to have to get it wound up again because Justin Whitehead doing Justin Whitehead type things. I don't know what everybody was thinking last night when they thought that he wasn't going to be a factor this weekend. I said, y'all are silly if you think this doesn't go through 36J again in some sort of fashion. I'm not saying it's going to go all the way through him, but he is going to have a say-so in this one. As the fans spoke, the fans did speak yesterday on a Facebook post. And 24 folks picked the Whitehead to be the top qualifier last night. Oh, no. Pop goes the Weasel. The 66 of Jacob Wilburn just blew a power plant. All right, we might be right here. Caution flag will come out for Jacob Wilburn. Whitehead's on the throttle. We're back underway here at the Boothill Speedway. And Carver trying to get squeezed by Rasco. They make contact. And here comes Winnigan, Chris Hennigan. Shirley to his inside as they head off into 1 and 2. Sliding him in front of the nose of the Colt 45. Rasco don't like it too much. He'll give him a few shots in the shorts. And we got debris in 1 and 2 and the caution's back out. Quickest lap. And Whitehead just turned his quickest lap, that last green flag lap on lap 8. So, are they picking up speed? Are they getting faster? We'll have to see. We're back underway. Good restart for Hennigan. Whitehead got a great restart and separates himself back car length as he heads off at turn number 2. The car is digging and stuck tonight. 36J on his game. What's new? Into turn number 3. Chris Hennigan nearly fit it down the 100, crossed all the way down the racetrack in the 1. Oh my goodness. Chris Hennigan just got disposed of by 2 cars. Got a little bit of assistance there in losing those spots. Down the back straightaway. Chris Hennigan now going to be in the 7th and final transfer spot. Scotty Case just slid right in front of the nose of Chris Hennigan. That was a nice move. Hennigan checks the throttle and drives back down underneath him. That's textbook sliding right there. We'll see if Chris tries to return the favor. He does. Slide job on Case, and it... I don't know. I liked it. Oh, Taylor Carver up in heartbreak again. At the top of turn number 2, the 340 car will not go to the night's main event. Lose 1 spot though, 2 spots. Matter of fact, it's the 70 at Chamberlain of the 00. We are back underway. Not a good restart for Dino. And the 70 and the 100 make some more contact than the 1 and 2. It looked like Chris may have some problems there. Thought he may have a left front flat. Maybe not be the case. And to turn number 3. Here comes Doug Vick Jr. now to the inside of the 100 of Chris Hennigan. Oh, man. Chris is having a hard time steering that car left. And around goes Du Bois. Around goes 93 of Seals. They all keep rolling and strolling. Right now, we'll stay green. Into turns 1 and 2. 55 of Du Bois is going to not bring out the caution. Good job. We'll send you to promoter school. Here comes Jody Davidson, makes contact, a fellow West Monroe native. Scotty Case. Look out, Shirley, taking a wild scenic route. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it is just too much carnage and stuff going on right now. The 22 car. I mean, can he do that legally? Duke's a hazard? I mean, oh, my. Doug Vick Jr. All year long, it seems that he has been trying to get that number 4 car dialed in. Back to Doug Vick Jr. standards, if you will. Kind of like how that Pro Mod's been running. And how about Dean Rasco not allowing 36J to get out of his clutches here? Dean Rasco trying to run down Justin Whitehead. If Dean could do it, if he can run him down, we might have an earthquake here in Greenwood, Louisiana tonight. Dean Rasco's got himself a hot rod. He has separated himself from Doug Vick Jr., who is being pressured by the 00 down the back straight. Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain in 5th. And here comes Colt 45. And a little bit of a zig and a zag, and baby, that's all you need. He's going to head off into 1 and 2. Dean Rasco hunting down 7-time Cajun Classic winner Justin Whitehead. Everybody tucked around the middle lane of the Boothill Speedway. Certainly, around goes Davidson. He got a little tap there. And some assistance. Jody, I'm not sure he ever stopped, though. I don't think the 70 ever. Doug Vick had 4 of them heading into this race last year and did not make the main event, having some bad luck. But tonight, he's got a hot rod. We'll see what happens. Whitehead's back on the throttle, and we are back underway here at the hill. Chris Hennigan got tagged on the restart. Chris Hennigan got tagged. And it's a chain reaction into 1. The 0 of Collins got into the 100 of Hennigan and balled him up and down the back straightaway. Look out, Chris. He'll skate by. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, there he goes. I don't know how it worked, but they wrecked 100 times, and we stay green. Now Scotty Case putting the pressure on Chris Hennigan down the back straightaway. Chris Hennigan holding off the J27 now. He's in 5th. The 7th and final transferee to the main event is the number 7 of the Belton, Texas racer, Jason Gore. He'll cross down on the front nose. Oh, and they get together. The 0 of Collins. They were 6th and 7th respectively, or 7th and 8th on the racetrack, and they will both not go to the show. 36J takes the win. Justin Whitehead in 36J. Rasco 2nd. The 4 Vic Jr. will transfer. The 70 of Chamberlain. Hennigan 5th. Wow, he got it. Joshua Martin from Colfax in the 88M. Josh Ellender in the 50. Tracy Harrison 18H. Keith White in 31. Cameron Cook, and that's it. And Jonathan Stewart. The lights are out. Here we go. Cody Myers from the front row. Ronald Pilkington got a good start. He'll smash the throttle down the back straightaway and dispose of the 55M for the race lead. He'll hold on to the race lead as they roll off at turn number 4 down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Off of 4. Right now, your top 7 cars in the early going of this one. Look at this. Middle of the corner. Oh boy, they're 3 trying to go 4 wide. Off of 4, tighten it, close. Oh! Hard into the wall, the 88M. And the 50 car of Josh Ellender. Uh-oh. Josh Ellender in the number 50. Outside looking is the number 15 of Craig Oakes. You know Craig will be a factor. On the back bumper of him is Mark Simon. So the top 7 go. The lights are out with Ronald Pilkington on the loud pedal to get the party restarted. We're back underway at Boot Hill. Oh my goodness, guys. And the one of Raymond's around. And there's no give and take tonight. I thought that we might have a little bit. There's not any. The lights are out. It'll be Ronald Pilkington to get us back underway. Here we go. Craig Oakes just drove it in deep there in the 3 and 4, making some contact there off of turn number 4 with the 23 or the 189 of Justin McNeil. Another 3 wide there with the 23 at the bottom of the basement there in the 1 and 2. The 23 continues around the hub of the Boothill Speedway. That is the best battle on the racetrack, and it's right there for transfer. Look out, Justin McNeil nearly rode the concrete. And right now, Bubba McEachern. Bubba McEachern was so very impressive here last night. Was very, very impressive. Obviously, in that first heat race, he may have had the better car there as he's able to keep that thing pinned right around the bottom. Blake Marsalis turning the wrenches, the crew chief on that Turnage Motorsports number 25 Laser Racing chassis. John McLemore providing the power underneath the hood by Power to Spare PTS Racing Engines out of Minden, Louisiana. How about the pair of 61-year-old veteran racers as Ricky Engel just shut the door on the number F5 of Amazon. 2 former late model aces. And off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 2 very popular names in Arklatex area racing. Amazon and a new Boston just out of Texarkana. And the 1, Mark Simon, side by side with the number 15 of Craig Oakes down the back straightaway. That's the best battle on the racetrack, and that's the battle for transfer. They're opening up the door here for Ryan Powers, the 12 of Bo Perry. Right now, it is the 7. So right now, the 23 of Mark Simon sits in the 7th and final transfer spot. You got to know that Bo Perry is going to try to do everything he can here. The 189 of Justin McNeil is going to head back to Denton, Texas tonight with a no-show for the main event. Tough break for McNeil. The 189 is DONE. Rollo now on the gas and separating himself once again from Bubba McEachern. The best lap times turned in this race. Your race leader, Ronald Pilkington, has the quickest time with an 18.371. 18.371. The second quickest lap was turned by Ricky Ingles, our most previous lap of this one, with an 18.427. The 81 is picking up the pace. Ricky Ingles is getting faster. As we are on lap number 10, coming to a complete lap number 10, complete lap number 11 this time by. And Ronald Pilkington just turned his quickest lap of the race on lap number 11 with an 18.344. An 18.344. Bubba McEachern just turned his quickest lap on lap number 11 as well with an 18.462. So just as when you think the 25 may be picking up some speed, on the same exact lap, he proves that he is just maybe a couple of tenths quicker than the number 25 car. But nonetheless, what a performance tonight.
Yeah, it's a brake fire. It's a brake fire. When he's on the brakes, it lights up. When he's not on the brakes.
Yeah, no, it's still going.
Figure it out whenever.
Well, I think we should. Mark Simon up in flames down the back straightaway. Look at that. Mark Simon. Oh, what happened to Craig? How is Mark Simon doing it? He is still in the 6th spot. He would go to the main event right now if he can hold on. The car is not slowing down. It might even be picking up speed. Mark Simon. Mark still in flames. But, hey, if you... Yeah, it's pretty dangerous looking, isn't it? If he wants to burn his his feet off, well, he wants to burn his Hoosiers off. He don't want to burn his own feet. That thing is it is a brake fire, but nonetheless, that thing is about to cave in, and there it went. Tough break for Mark Simon. Tough break for Simon. Simon says this sucks. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. Mark Simon's going to have to stick a fork in it. He'll be done now. He's got to be feeling the temperature rising. Tough break for Buffalo, Missouri's Mark Simon. As out front, all on his lonesome, with the white flag coming out is Rollo Pilkington from Marshall. Turned his quickest lap of this race on lap number 16 with a 1.54 advantage on the 25 of Bubba McEachern here to the final lap into 3 and 4 for the final time. Still under flames as the 23 into the infield, but the checkers are going to come out. For the Marshall Texan, Ronald Pilkington. He'll win B feature number 3 over the 25 of McEachern. 3rd to the line for Cody Myers with a solid run. 4th, we'll go to the 81 of Ingles. 5th, we'll go to the F5 of Amundsen, going to the main event. 6th, Powers in 7th. We'll go to the 12 of Perry. The 7th and final transferee, Jody Davidson's outside of 3. Roberts inside of him, and the lights are out. Here we go. Sliding up and trying to go 3 wide down the back straight of the door for the race lead, Lou Lyles. Working to the inside of Tucker. Tucker looking to roll that outside line momentum to his advantage to lead lap number 1, but Lou Lyles tough around the bottom, but Tucker leads. Calvin Tucker going to lead Lou Lyles. Tommy Williams Jr. And Tracy Harris just slipped over to the top of turns 1 and 2. Back on the way in your non-qualifier race off of 4 will be Tommy Williams, pressure for the race lead. Tommy Williams going to drive it deep down on the exit of turn number 2 to the inside of the 83 at Tucker. They'll go side by side with the race lead. Tucker's outside line momentum trying to work to him. Not going to pay off. The 151 going to slide up in front of the nose for a crossover. Crossing back down underneath the 83 of Tucker. We got a good race brewing here for the top spot. Nick Roberts on the move now. Nick Roberts going to pull to the back bumper to the number 83 of Calvin Tucker for second. Jody Davidson marred back in fifth with the NTU of Bamberg's fourth. So Tommy Williams Jr. would have been one of the big threats to win this race this weekend, and he has a little bit of bad luck and has to come through the non-qualifier. We'll see 2 laps to go this time by at the flag stand. The 2.5 chassis, number 151. Sorry, it'll be halfway. We're going 15 laps. So it'll be 7 laps to go the next time. Stretching out the advantage on them. If Tucker wants to have another shot, or the 2R of Roberts, they'll have to get a caution. Tracy Harris coming on strong, trying to dispose of the NTU of Steven Bamberg. And there's the caution that they were hoping to see. Yeah, but they'll take it, and they'll have a little bit of money to throw into their back pocket for their efforts here tonight. Tommy Williams Jr. showed what he was made of at the Arclitech Speedway the first weekend of June. I mentioned it several times this weekend. He gave Craig Oaks all he was worth and made him earn every single penny of every lap. Tonight has to settle for a non-qualifier. He was 66 last night after his 2 respective heats. 66th in passing points. Had to battle behind the 8 ball tonight. He's on the lap pedal and get us back underway. Nick Roberts may have something here. If Nick Roberts has something, he's got to show his cards now. And he'll get on the lap pedal and dispose of the 83 of Tucker. Tracy Harris trying to mow the lawn. He'll drive up to the back bumper to the number 83 for third. Bamberg still rides in fifth. Nick Roberts has a good piece here tonight. He'll continue to roll off of turn number 4, but Tommy Williams Jr. too strong out front. Tommy Williams Jr. with wins this season at the Devil's Bowl Speedway in Mesquite, Texas, and at RPM in Crandall. Tracy Harris will now go to work. He'll throw the slight job into turns 3 and 4. He'll try it anyway. Oh, they make contact. Hard contact through 3 and 4 for fourth. Oh, baby. And Calvin Tucker says, I don't like that too much. Too much beating and banging in a non-qualifier. A lot of these guys just want to get out here without having to work on their race car any more than they've already done so to this point. It's 2 laps to go for the 151 of Tommy Williams Jr. He'll make it 1.5 more trips around the racetrack and throw one more nail into the coffin to seal this deal. And the white flag coming out here for the non-qualifier here at the Boothill Speedway. The 151 out of Mansfield, Texas. He's driving that 2.5 chassis. And the 50 at Ellender went higher than Willie Nelson on the cross-country tour that time. With the final time through turns 3 and 4. He rides out of Mansfield, Texas. I'll go ahead and take their lunch money for the week. The 151 of Tommy Williams Jr. takes the non-qualifier victory.
Still let me buy my way in?
I think they already did that. You'd have to ask that man.
Out, can they?
You have to ask that man. But nonetheless, have you ever raced at Boothill before?
I've never been here before in my life, and we started off with that bad little heat race with that little incident, and we've been chasing our tail since. But thank you to all the guys that came out here and helped me, because we would have never survived without those guys. And my wife mainly. This is my wife's car right here. So I got to thank you to my family for letting me do this.
I saw the passenger seat in there. You typically run at Devil's Bowl, right?
No, we usually run KSP or Waco.
You were so good at Arclitex Speedway, that runner-up to Craig Oakes over there. I mean, you had to feel pretty confident coming into this race as well as you ran against these Arclitex factory stock guys earlier in the year.
Sure, I can't say that. Those boys are fast. I mean, that kid Craig Oakes, he's good.
Congratulations to you, man. They didn't give you the option to go to the main event. You just take this one and you'll head on to the house.
If they let me go, I'm in.
That's
a chance to bend on it. I'm going wherever y'all tell me. Let me race.
I'm not trying to open the door for controversy. I'll let you talk to him about that as well.
Give me a shot, please. I've been busting my tail. Come on, man.
Hey, great run, Tommy. Thanks for racing with us. It's Tommy Williams Jr., folks, on the 151. Seegers Roofing number 22 from Marshall, Texas. That'll be Robert Graham along the outside of row 2. That'll be Doug Vick Jr. Josh Bockham in row number 3 with Mike Washman. The lights are out for 20 laps of distance in your Pro Mod main event here at Boothill. As Richard Holt out front racing door-to-door here with the 11 of Bubba Vines. We'll see if they can hold serve and get something logged into the books. Oh, not a good start for Bubba Vines that time.
Really?
Unbelievable. Bubba Vines going to rock it out to the race lead here at the Boothill Speedway. Coming across is trying to complete lap number 3 of this 20-lap main event for the Pro Mods in the turns number 1 and 2. Bubba Vines, if he wants to grab a victory here at the home racetrack tonight, he's going to have to dethrone the man who has dominated this class all season long. The dominant force looking for his 9th victory on the season. Oh my goodness, and Richard Holt, your pole sitter, just lost the handle right there in front of quite a few cars. He is not able to corral it, and he's not able to get the car refired, and he will draw another caution in this Pro Mod main event. Earning a win is worth a lot in itself, but there's some meaning behind it. Bubba Vines will try to get back to victory lane tonight. Vic Jr. is going to find a run off of 2 down the back straightaway. Doug Vic, there it is, right there. What up? Holy mackerel, we are back underway here at the hill. And Vine's going to swing up top and smash a loud battle with Doug Vic Jr., who's going to make him earn this win here tonight. Into turn number 3. Off of 4 this time down the boulevard, and Vine's a little loose, but he's coming. And Doug Vic Jr. going to nose ahead for the race lead that time at the line. Doug Vic Jr. going to nose ahead for the race lead. And Bubba Vines, that top side, kind of coming away. He is going to have to stay committed and try to keep it and get rolling in, but that cushion seems it's moving up higher and higher on the racing surface. I think it's safe to say, race fans, under green flag conditions here, we'll see if Robert Graham has something for Doug Vic Jr. after the misfortune for Bubba Vines. We're back underway here at the hill. Andy Stevens trying to come on strong here late. Josh Buckham trying to rebound from the tail. Andy Stevens trying to run down Doug Vic Jr. here late in the going with 2 laps to go this time by at the flag stand. Buckham is rebounding from the tail in the 325 as they head off into 1. Here comes Andy Stevens now for the race lead. They head off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Here comes Andy Stevens. Andy Stevens going to make a race of it to go to the inside for the race lead. He'll come up a little bit short that time by at the line. They'll head down the front straightaway back into turn number 1. Doug Vic Jr. going to hold on to the top spot for the final time into 1 and 2. Andy Stevens isn't going to have enough on the final trip here. Final time through turns 3 and 4. It'll be his 9th win at Boothill Speedway in the 2018 season. Doug Vic Jr. back to ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. Well, Doug Vick Jr. has been the dominant force in this class all year long. The cream rises to the top again. We were plagued with cautions in that one. But Andy Stevens made a race of it there late. This is his 9th win now, the 2018 season in the Pro Mod. And he made the factory stock 10,000 win main event tonight as well, so doing double duty. He's climbing out of the car, Boothill. Give him a hand for Vivian, Louisiana's Doug Vick Jr. at car number 4. Doug, that one had to warn you out, man. I mean, those cautions, we've talked about this in the past, but man, them cautions there, you'd probably get ready to get out of this thing and get you a sip of water, man. Andy Stevens made it definitely a race there at the end, though.
I was wore out at the end of that one. I'm glad to see my cousin get second there.
How hard is it to stay focused like that whenever you make a lap? You just make 1-2 laps and then the caution comes back out. How's it hard to kind of get in the rhythm there?
It is. I thought I was doing pretty good for a while, and then one lap, I screwed up both turns.
Andy had a pretty good car, man. He came in there and gave you a run for the money there late. Did that kind of surprise you any?
Yeah, I wasn't sure who it was. I saw him with 2 to go, and I thought I better move on down there.
Vines was pretty tough up top early. It just seemed like your car was just really stuck right there around the middle.
Yeah, I knew it would be good down there, but it wasn't as good as I thought at the beginning.
How about this factory stock, man? We talked last week about your chances. Last year, coming into this race, you had the most wins more than any other factory stock driver in the factory stock division with 4. You come in here with no wins here at Boothill in the factory stock this year, but that thing's pretty good tonight, isn't it?
We get it better every time. We went back to something we know works and try to drive it to the front.
Feel pretty confident going into the main event?
Pretty good about it.
I would never count you out. Let's hear about the folks that help you out.
I got to thank my dad, Wayne, Stormy, Big Show, Cameron, and I got to thank Jason Beasley. He loaned me the carburetor because mine went out today.
Congratulations to you, Doug. Well earned, another deserved victory for you. 9th of the year.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Vick Jr. out of Vivian, Louisiana is going to be your Pro Mod winner here at ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. And if I'll say if he's lucky, if he gets up on the wheel, maybe he'll come down here and win 10 grand later on. Derek Grigsby won the limited modified main event and the King of the Hill last year for $8,000 total dollars. RP chassis number 20, that'll be Brent Tidwell. 20 laps. This should be a good one for $1,500 to win for the limited modified main event here at the Hill. And off of 4, we're underway on demand on raceontexas.com. Into one for the first time tonight as they head down the back straightaway. Heading into 3 and 4 for the first time, it's going to be the 27 of Chase Del Rio out front with a race lead. He'll roll off of 4 and roll through the middle lane of the Boothill Speedway off of 4 down the front straightaway. The number 90 of Jody Davidson trying to pressure him to the inside. Davidson with 2 wins this season at the Boothill Speedway. And the driver outside of him taking over the top spot. Both out of Northwest Louisiana from West Monroe. The 27 of Del Rio, former Dustin Hook Memorial winner here. Gonna nose ahead once again off of turn number 4. Davidson giving him hill. Off of 4, down the front straightaway with a 3 wide there. At the battle with the 11S and Neil Standover. And the caution flag's going to come out. Michael Alford, Danny Roy, Jeff Roy. And we'll get it back started with Chase Del Rio on the point in car number 27. We'll go back green here at the Hill. Limited modifies for $1,500 to win. We're back underway. Underway at Boothill. 27 of Del Rio, gonna lead him off of 2 down the back straightaway. The hot rod, that Knowles race engine power plant underneath the hood screaming. And here comes Marksville's Louisiana Stephen Guidry, the son of the late great John Guidry. He gets it honest from John and off of 2 down the back straightaway. Trying to rise to the top. Here comes the 90 of Davidson, speaking of rising to the top. He'll look to blow the doors off the K1 here with a big run from the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway. They're still 3 wide back here. Leger Jr., Boone Evans, the 23 of Tupper. Oh, baby. It is as close as it gets right now. Tighter than the top string on the Texas Fiddle back here. They're still 3 wide. Outstanding racing throughout the pack in this one. While the 27 of Del Rio marching back away from the rest of his competition. 3 wide. Here comes Davidson, the 9 of Abear, and the 22 Magnum Spear. Here comes Shane Abear. Louisiana, top 4 competitors right now on the racetrack, all from the great state of Louisiana. The Texan running back in 5th in the form of the 22 Magnum of Spear. Firing all bullets and no blanks tonight. Down the front straightaway back into turn number 1. Chase Del Rio putting that Knowles Racing power plant to the test. He rolls off at turn number 4 with about a 7th car length advantage as the state of Louisiana drivers holding on to the top 4 of the 5 here. as the Marshall takes in the reigning Louisiana State Championship winner Dylan Spear from Marshall. He'll now dispose of West Monroe's Jody Davidson and put him back to 5th. Jason Ingles now going to work. He'll punch the time clock. He'll try to grab the 5th spot. Can't get the job done. As Davidson's going to continue to hold on to the high side of the Boothill Speedway, and he's able to even the way with the 22 Magnum of Spear. Off of 4, down the boulevard, Del Rio is putting an absolute tail kicking on the night. I mean, what a dominant run. He is running away and hiding right now from some of the best limited modified drivers in the business. You could throw his hat into that ring as well, but he has separated himself by about 6 car lengths. As Shane Hebert gets a caution, he may have a chance. Tick-tock goes the race clock. He'll get half sticks this time. 50% complete, 50% to go in this one. As Chase Del Rio marching out front to the beat of his own drum right now. And the caution flag is going to wave on the racetrack. For the Knowles powered number 27 Western Flyer of Chase Del Rio. We'll find out. We punch the time clock and go back to work. We're back underway, and here comes Hebert. Hebert got some bite. He's got some dig. He'll try to peek into the inside of the number 27 for the race lead. He'll come up short this time down the back straightaway. Del Rio once again, and we get Michael Alford around to the bottom of turns 1 and 2, and we will draw another caution out. Night. Del Rio looking awfully tough, but you can never count out Davidson or Hebert or any of these guys. Lights go out. We'll go back to work. Here we go. Here comes Hebert. He'll drop down on the low side of the Boothill Speedway. Hello, I'm here. Hebert to the inside for the race lead. He'll come up short that time. They'll head down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Hebert now can just go to work on the rear deck lid of the number 27 of Chase Del Rio. Del Rio too strong tonight. As Shane Hebert is in an express chassis, a Western Flyer chassis sandwich. IRP chassis guru. Jason Ingles back and forth. IRP trying to work his way into the mix now. Ingles up to 4th and 5th. It's the Marshall, Texan Dylan Spear, and Mark Steele. Stephen Guidry is done. Tough break for Stephen. Danny Roy Jeffroy is done as well. And Jody Davidson is going to re-in here at the 2nd spot. Oh, it makes a little bit of contact with the 9 of Hebert. And he comes up the racetrack. Hebert may not like that too much. Down the back straightaway, Shane Hebert racing pretty hard with the 90 of Jody Davidson. He'll pull to the inside here off of turn number 4. Davidson leaves the bottom side open. They all still do not have what it takes or enough to get up there and fend and put on a battle with the 27 of Del Rio. What does he got tonight? He's got a hot rod. Into turn number 3. Del Rio already headed down the front stretch, while the 90 of Davidson makes his way underneath the flag stand now with the 9 in hot pursuit. Jason Ingles would love to maybe pick off one more spot here as we are under 5 laps. Ingles would love to pick off one more spot to get a row 2 bid if we get a caution. I think that Jason would love to dispose of the 9 of Hebert, obviously for a little bit of bragging rights on chassis manufacturers. But here we are back in Greenwood, Louisiana on a hot August night, as it was one hot March night when these two were involved in a melee on the front straightaway, which was what it was. And that was then, this is now. It's another dirt track Saturday night. This time with $1,500 hanging in the balance. And neither one of them not up front competing for the win. But the caution does come out. Now we've got 2 of them inside of the top 5. Jason Ingles on the back bumper to the 9 of Hebert. Del Rio on the loud pedal will get us back underway. Heading off into turns 1 and 2. Hebert to the left quarter panel of the number 90 of Davidson. It'll be 2 laps to go, this time by the hill. Oh my goodness, hard flip down the back straightaway. It's the youngster, Chase Hebert, upside down the back straightaway. Kelly Lockie comes to a rest. And Shane Hebert is about to get over there to his kid, I guarantee you. We're going to check on the youngster, Chase Hebert, upside down. And a hard crash down the back straightaway. His dad, Shane Hebert, pulling up there to check on him. Here he is. Behind the cockpit of the number 27. He's had a bad fast car all night. He'll try to hold on for the final few laps of this limited modified main event for $1,500 to win. Shane Hebert in tow. The 90 of Jody Davidson, racing Jason Ingalls, and Dylan Spear, the top 5. Here we go. And the 1 and 2. Jody Davidson fires and tries to pull even with the number 9 or 27 down the back straightaway. Two laps to go this time by for Chase Del Rio. To the white flag for the final trip. Around the quarter mile speed limit here in Greenwood, Louisiana tonight. Jody Davidson is there. Davidson pulled a little bit closer that time. He'll have to throw a Hail Mary. Final time through turns 3 and 4. It'll be a second win hero of the season from West Monroe, Louisiana. Chase Del Rio will pocket $1,500 and the number 27 tonight. Chase is really taking a liking to this racetrack, especially when it was shortened down to a quarter mile.
Like a 10-lap drive, so Jason, get ready.
Give it up for him, Boothill. Chase Del Rio and Victor Lane. And Amy Auto Parts Victor Lane for the second time this year. Chase, let's get on this side of the race car. Tell you, man, there in the late going, yeah, you had a little crash there on the back straightaway. Had you sit there and kind of think about what was going on. I don't think you knew probably at that point how much you were dominating this race. The car feel as good as it looked from my vantage point.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. All I could tell was Scott telling me I had a little bit of a lead, and I just wasn't sure. But I seen where either Hebert or Jody pulled up on my inside on one corner, so I honestly wasn't sure where I was at. So
anytime you're running with Shane Hebert, Jason Ingalls, Davidson, any of those guys in there, you never can feel too comfortable.
Oh yeah, every one of them can win on any given night, any night. So.
Obviously some incentive to come here and race for $1,500, but I was just telling the race fans how much of a liking you've taken to this particular racetrack. Seems like every time you come here, you're a threat to win.
Yeah, we like this. We like this track. We always try to come here as much as we can, and we try to figure it out much. So hopefully we're getting it where we can come out here every time and run up front. So.
How much do you enjoy this limited modified class? You spent several years in the open wheel modified. You had some success. You won the $3,300 to win Dustin Duncan Memorial here, the last race for Dustin Duncan's Memorial deal. How much do you like these limited modifieds, and are they compared to the driving style that you had to do in the other cars?
I love it. To me, honestly, it's more racy than the mods are at most tracks. I just love them.
Less work?
Oh, definitely less work.
Less work on the tires?
Definitely.
Let's hear all the folks that help you out real quick, man.
I want to thank D&G Directional Drilling, Best Engines, Western Fire Race Cars, Bulletproof Tees, Delco Power Washing, E3 Construction, Jonesville, and that's probably about it.
Score one for the home state. Be a good drive back to West Monroe. Congratulations to you, Chase.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Chase Del Rio and Victor Lane here at the Hill for the second time this season. Race, and I assume that they will. We'll see what happens. As the pair of 17-year-old youngsters, Michael King Jr. on the outside pole with the 3 of Tyler Moore. He'll get on the lamp, or he'll get on the pedal and get us underway. The last time. Here comes Michael King Jr. for the race lead. He'll go down to the inside for the top spot. Moore slams the door shut, or tries to. Racing. Oh, look out. David Vosbury, if you will. And the youngster, the 17-year-old Michael King, is in the 14 junior. Had a rough night that night after some contact there with the 3. He'll try to get back to Victor Lane here at Boothill. Michael King Jr. Won night number 1 of this year's Factory Stock 50 at Arklatex. He's won at all 3 area racetracks. Uh-oh. David Vaughn, 7, Adrian Kennington, and the 9-year-old Racing Graham is back in the 6th spot. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. We'll throw this one to the Boothill Speedway history books and get a quick word with the winner. We'll move on to the big 10,000 win main event tonight as the 4 cylinders are back on the way here at the Hill. I like his vantage point though, man. It's like a good spot to sit. Here comes Michael King Jr. running down to the tail, taking to the number 3 for the race lead. He'll pull to the back bumper here off of turn number 4 for the top spot off of 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Michael King. Michael King going to pull to the outside for the race lead. He'll come up and go to the top side into 1 and 2. He won't leave him enough room down the back straightaway. Michael King, look out. Wow. Almost just like last time. He got stuffed into the fence here at Boot Hill and he totaled out a Chevy Cobalt. The youngster totaled a Cobalt here, making contact with the 3 of them more earlier this season. Goodness gracious. He has got to be out for some kind of blood now. Michael King tried to thread the needle. He could not walk through the threshold. He got the door slammed shut right there in front of his face. We'll see what happens this time. Here comes Michael King once again. He's got the momentum wound up around the outside. This time off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Michael King again. He'll cross underneath down into 1. At the cross under, he'll try into 1 and 2. He can't get the job done yet. He says, hello, how you doing? Sit down and please take a seat. He'll sit down and take a seat as Michael King will go to the race lead in car number 14, JR. The 14 junior of Michael King. The kid can wheel and he can deal. Proven time and time again that he's one of the fast competitors in this division week in and week out. So Michael King Jr. now has stepped out on the competition, has nearly a whole straightaway, half a straightaway advantage in the 1 and 2 in the 14 junior. 5 laps to go, 4.5 when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway. After disposing of the 3 of Tyler Moore, he's went ahead and thrown the keys on the counter. Sorry, 2 laps to go this time by, 2 to go. 2 more trips around the Boothill Speedway for the youngster out of El Dorado, Arkansas. White flag for Michael King. He heads down the back straightaway for the final time. He'll roll through 3 and off of 4. Nearly stretched it out for an entire straightaway advantage. Driving the 14 junior tonight. Double checkers in front of the face of Michael King Jr., the 17-year-old from El Dorado, Arkansas. He gets the win tonight over Tyler Moore, who finishes 2nd. And Chris Collier comes home 3rd in the number 14. This is a good kid. We talked last Friday night after he won in Texarkana in a great race over there with Jason Lishmans. He's getting ready to climb out of the machine now. I think we're going to be calling this youngster's name in the future when he's ready to move up and race something different. This kid's got talent, I'm telling you. Ready to climb out from El Dorado, Arkansas, 17 years old, back at Boot Hill. Some bad luck last time. Give him a hand, Boothill Speedway, as we get ready for the 10,000 main event coming up for Michael King Jr. in car number 14 junior. Not a bad one tonight, man. Boy, I'll tell you, I was on my toes when you tried to fit the car to the outside of turn number 2 over there. You bided your time, you waited, but what were you thinking of that junction of the race?
I don't know if he didn't see me or what, but he about stuffed me in the fence off there. That's why I got so sideways. I was trying to keep it off the wall, but I knew if I hit him again, I knew what happened last time. I might not want to try that again, so I kept off of him and just got a good run down the back and threw it down the inside and cleared him and went off with it.
How much did this motivate you to get back here and win? I mean, I don't have to tell the whole story. You just kind of told the story. How motivated were you to come back here and get this win tonight?
It feels awesome, man. It feels like I feel like I should have won every time I've been here. I've been up front, won every heat race, led laps, but I've either done something stupid, I've been crashed, or I've had something break in the car. So it feels awesome to finally get one here.
You told me this car is the best one you've sat in. I mean, you can't do a whole lot to these things, but this machine's rock and rolling. I mean, the man behind the wheel definitely has to get to work too. You do a good job of it.
I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. Let's hear about the folks that help you out.
First, I got to thank the good Lord for giving me this opportunity and for keeping David safe over there. I was scared to death. I didn't know what happened. Got to thank Hartman Walsh, Iron Temple, PPG, Mom and Dad. My grandparents are here to see this one, so they're from Kentucky, and it's pretty special.
Where are you from? I heard you last week. You said you had some friends down from Kentucky. Did you grow up in Kentucky?
I lived in Kentucky since I was 15, and then I moved down here about 2 years ago and started racing this year.
Pretty cool. Hey, we'd love to have you, man. You're a great talent. We look forward to seeing you a lot in the future, man. Congratulations on another victory tonight, young man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
For him, folks, from El Dorado, Arkansas, 17-year-old Michael King Jr. gets the victory tonight. Mid-South, all ready to put on a show here tonight. As they get ready to pull the belts tight. Flying Ryan Powers makes the main event. TJ Evans, the 193 of Seals, the 12 of Bo Perry, the 41 of Dylan Olasco, the 18 of Scott Young. As we'll go at it for 50 laps, the entire distance in this one. Should be good. There's a significant amount of money that separates first and second, but bragging rights at an ultra premium tonight. A pair of Outlaw chassis on the front row with Jared Herring and Justin Whitehead. The lights are out. We're green and on demand on RaceOnTexas.com for your factory stock main event. $10,000 to win as they head off into one for the first time here tonight. Whitehead going to try to get the whole shot off of two down the back straightaway, and Whitehead 36J is going to lead. The 7-time Cajun Cruiser Classic winner has the advantage into 3 and 4 for the first time here tonight. He'll drop to the loose side of the Boothill Speedway this time off at turn number 4. Jared Herring won a thriller here 1 year ago, the prelude to the King of the Hill last season. We'll see what he's got here for $10,000 tonight. Justin Whitehead leads the first few laps here in Greenwood tonight in your $10,000 to win main event. Justin Whitehead feels he's a little bit snake bit at this particular racetrack when it comes to the big money. So this time by, it will be 4 laps scored into the history books here in Greenwood tonight for the 4th annual King of the Hill with $10,000 hanging to the balance. And all cars right now rolling to the center of the racetrack. Would Jared Herring make a bold move on Justin Whitehead? You have to think that he would, but at the same time you consider, and when we get to that juncture of the race, what is panned out to that point? A lot of different factors to consider if Whitehead is even in position at that time, or if Herring is in position to capitalize. As a 27 of Faulkner got out of the groove there and slipped, and he is out of the groove once again. He's coming to a screeching halt. The 27 is limp at the top of turn number 4. We'll get a caution. Caution for the 27 of the Conroe, Texas racer Dalton Faulkner. To the Arklatex Texan races these big money races. One thing that everyone says is Jared's just really, really smooth. Over 90 career victories for the driver out of Iter. We're back underway with Justin Whitehead out front with a race leading 36J. On demand on RaceOnTexas.com. We're heading off into one on this $10,000 to win blockbuster event here in Greenwood, Louisiana, just before the Texas state line. And Herring bottled up in the 25 of McEachern, goes around in front of the entire field. And everybody did a great job of avoiding and getting through up until the 20 of Evans. And the 6 of Williams will get going, and we're back under caution. Justin Whitehead will try to get a big one at Boot Hill. He's won some 2000s and 1500s, but none. Oh, and here comes Pilkington. Pilkington on the restart. Oh, and the 1.8 sounds like it's kind of bobbling. The 25, yeah, it's sputtering bad. Sounds like he's got a loose cannon. He's losing power down the back straightaway. It's going to bottle the entire field up. Look out, Jared Herring. Heartbreak Hotel for Jared Herring. I certainly hate to see that for the Vider Texas racer, one of the good guys. And Jared definitely brought himself a piece to Greenwood tonight to compete, and he's going to come up limp at the top of turn number 4. Goodness gracious. No, he'll get down. He'll get down and out of harm's way. Thank you very much, Jared. He knows he's done. And he knows he doesn't have a say-so in the end of this one. And Ronald Pilkington, though, he's got a say. And here comes Bubba McEachern. Bubba McEachern has a hot rod tonight. If he could park it in the Victor lane, I think that a lot of folks, as one of the fan favorites, they burn the house down. Oh, look out, Alex Williams. He is going to spin it down into 1 and 2, into the hot pit area, and the caution has no choice but to come out on the racetrack. Probably be him. And then you got to throw McEachern into the hunt because he is definitely hungry and due for a big win. And he got a good restart. Here comes 25. There's some driving 25 tonight. Down the front straightaway, we're back on the way at the Boothill Speedway. Heading off into 1, and don't count out the wily veteran 61-year-old Ricky Ingles, the proverbial favorite outside of the 36J. Here he comes, Ricky Ingles on the loud pedal into turn number 3, trying to get a big one for Joe Best Motorsports tonight. And don't look now, but here comes racing Jason Ingles. Please log some green flag laps into the books. Please stay green, and please stay green. Certainly would love to see some laps get logged in here and see some guys be able to make some gains who has a good car here. As Pilkington gets back around the number 25 for the bridesmaids owners, and Ingles is taking a peek down to the inside of that Laser race car. Laser chassis run 2 and 3. The Jet chassis rides second. Outwall chassis owner and fabricator Justin Whitehead in 36J out front in the lead. In the Thompson Motorsports RaceOnTexas.com Saints Ford, the Texas oldest Ford dealership. Foam Pros 36J as he rolls to the center point of 3 and off of turn number 4 with a sight set. Off of 4 here to turn number 1. Justin Whitehead. Goodness gracious. The accolades just keep piling on. I've said it several times, folks. There may be a lot of folks that think that it gets tiring and not bothersome, but it gets tiring to watch 36J go to victory lane. It may be the case for us, for a lot of folks, but then I think in 20 years, a lot like a lot of folks look at 7-time Cup champion Jimmy Johnson. And one day we'll look back and say, goodness gracious, God Almighty, that dude was a dominant factor week in and week out. Didn't matter the racing service, the sanctioning body, or what kind of race or what kind of money was on the line. He would be there and be a factor. As he'll set his sights here off of turn number 2. He's got so much dig off the exit of corner number 2 at this juncture of the race as everybody's running the hub of the racetrack. Right now, I will say that Bubba McEachern has turned the quickest lap in this race, and it was that previous lap. On lap number 15, Bubba McEachern, the quickest lap turned so far in this race with a 17.806. McEachern with a 17.806. Ronald Pilkington turned the second quickest lap with a 17.986 and a 17.988 for Whitehead. So right now, the way they're running on the racetrack, we would reverse it for how their lap times show on the race monitor. Professional Motorsport Solutions, Brad Hockaday here with live scoring and timing at the Boothill Speedway for the 4th annual 10,000 Wayne King of the Hill. And right now, your top 4 separated themselves as Jason Ingles is at about 3 to 4 car lengths back in 5th. Up in front in 6th is the 4V of Doug Vick Jr. 7th is Jody Prince, who's worked his way from about mid-pack up here. Chris Hennigan, 8th. Ryan Powers is 9th. And 10th is the Colt 45, your Boothill Speedway point leader, Dean Rasco. As down the back straightaway, here comes Rollo. He drove it in a little bit deeper that time. Right now, Ricky Ingles just goes to the top of the board. Ingles, that last lap, turned the quickest lap of the race with a 17.806. So now cars starting to get into the 17 brackets. Jason Ingles. Ricky Ingles is still the quickest car on the racetrack, and now Pilkington the quickest car with a 17.191. Here comes Rollo for the race lead. Whitehead is going to have to get up on the wheel tonight and earn it. Always earn, never given, but you have to think for $10,000 that Pilkington would make a bold move to get this win tonight. Off of 4, down the front straightaway, Ronald Pilkington with a 17.791. The quickest car on the speed plant with Ricky Ingles, the second quickest car. I'm sorry, now Ryan Powers, the fastest car on the racetrack. As here comes Rollo, giving a bumper. Give him a shot in the shorts. Going to push Whitehead out of line. Here comes Rollo for the race lead off of turn number 4. That middle lane momentum is still going to work for the 36J best engine powered entry of Justin Whitehead from Hooks. We've got a race brewing here in Greenwood, Louisiana tonight. It is tighter than the top string on the Texas fiddle down the back straightaway. Rolling like a yo-yo with no string is Pilkington. Looking to roll right to the inside or out, whatever part of the racetrack he opens up for the taking for the 22, but now Whitehead now stretches it out. He just turned his quickest lap of the race. Whitehead, maybe he's just now getting on it. Maybe he's toying with these guys. Best lap of the race, on lap number 22 of this 50-lap affair, a 17.681. The track picking up speed, or these cars are getting faster. It was interesting what kind of pace that we were going to set here at the hill tonight in this main event, but Whitehead Not sure if those tires are just heated up, but he is absolutely whipping the 36J now. Dean Rasco has moved up, and now he's the second quickest car on the racetrack with a 17.715. And he is mired back here in the 10th spot. Halfway this next time by. Halfway. And there comes Rollo getting shuffled. He'll lose 2 spots. Oh, in contact with Ingles. What is going on here? I mean, Ricky Ingles. Rollo. So now in the catbird seat will be the 25 if he can get there, because lap traffic. If we stay green, lap traffic will play a factor in this race tonight. And at the point where Justin Whitehead is just now crossing underneath the flag stand, and the 25 does at this point, you have to wonder that if McEacher can even get there if we stay green, and how thick lap traffic may be by the time that he does get there. But he is fastly approaching the Club 20 car of Neil Kemp. Will we stay green, and will the 25 have time? Into one. Whitehead approaching the back bumper to the first car of the Club 20 machine of Neil Kemp. He has a little bit to go, probably 3 or 4 more laps before he gets to the back bumper there, and then he'll have to run or figure out where he's going to run or hide as the 25 closes in. It's inevitable. The 25 is closing in right now. Right now, Bubba McEachern is undoubtedly the quickest car on the racetrack. Race monitor proves it with a 17.665. Whitehead's quickest time is 17.681. Just about 3 1,000ths quicker right now, and that is going to play a major dividend here late in the going. You have to think that Bubba McEachern would make a bold move for 10,000 to win here in front of all of his home track fans. Bubba McEachern began his race career back to the age of 13 years old at the old Champion Park Speedway, when he piloted a blue and green letter number 0 car to Victor Lane. The son of Michael McEachern won many races down the road in Minden off of I-20 at the old Webster and Champion Park. His uncle Stevie, many a Saturday nights at the old Webster Stomping Grounds. This youngster was an onlooker and learning everything, and here he comes. He's going to try to make the hair stand up on all these race fans' arms here tonight, as one of the crowd favorites has worked his way to the back bumper to the number 36J, the proverbial favorite for this event. Whitehead leads it. Here comes Bubba McEachern for the race lead. Oh, he may have showed his cards a little too early. Whitehead's such a smooth and a smart racer, knows how to keep drivers at bay. Oh, look out, Bubba McEachern. Oh, my goodness, that's... And let's stay green. Shit. Trying to win one for the great state of Texas tonight. Ricky Ingles to the outside of Bubba McEachern. Bubba McEachern trying to wow the crowd and get a hometown win. The lights are out. We're back underway. McEachern on the throttle with a good restart. We're back underway here at the hill. And Ricky Ingles got a good restart to the outside of the 25. We're back underway. Bubba McEachern has that lower line on the racetrack, and we got more trot problems on the front straightaway. Your top qualifier last night, we got them more stacked up into one. You got to go get it tonight. Will Bubba McEachern get that 10,000 for the 36J? We'll find out. We're back underway here at the Boothill Speedway tonight. Oh, my goodness gracious, contact. McEachern made contact with the left rear quarter panel of the number 36J of Whitehead. He'll have to really get back on the throttle here to hold back to the advance of the number 81. Here comes Ingles now. Ricky Ingles trying to dispose of the number 25. He can't get the job done. Can't get the job done just yet. Bubba drove it in deep, really deep, into turn number 3 and off of 4. Back on the throttle off of turn number 4 to the inside of the 81. Here comes Ingles now. Here comes Pilkington fighting back again to try to get back on this top 3. Down the back straightaway, setting their sights on 3, and now Ingles is disposed of the number 25. What just looked like Rollo just broke something on the entry to 3. Looked like Rollo broke something, I think. And here comes Ricky Ingles. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, Rollo broke something because his car is fading fast. Bubba McEachern going to have to pull back to the back bumper to the number 81. But here comes Ingles for the race lead. 5 wins since June the 9th. And Bubba's there. He's back to the back bumper to the number 81 with that outside line. That lane that he was running a little bit quicker right now. The pair of laser chassis run 2 and 3. Glenn Perry's got to be stoked and fired up. Certainly would love to get a big victory here. Ingles Gonna try to play cat and mouse with 36J. Off of 4. Down the front straightaway into 1. At Justin Whitehead's factory stock 50 at Arclitech Speedway this season for 6,000 win, 1,000 to start. The driver who's hunting his tail tank right now in that laser race car, Ricky Ingles, a 61-year-old veteran racer who began racing here back in the early 1970s. He said this is really his home racetrack a few weeks ago. This win would mean everything to Ingles. I told him that, Papa Ray finished and won his final race at the age of 73 years old. He's looking like he's pretty well on pace to do the same. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. I imagine Papa Ray's here tonight looking on, as well as Doug, his brother, and his nephew Jason's in back in the 4 spot with a good view. And here comes Bubba McEachern down to the inside for second. Did they waste too much time getting the 36J? Because this next time by, it'll be 10 laps to go. Oh, boy, they make more contact than the 1 and 2. They don't have enough time to be playing with each other like this. They're going to let 36J get out front and run away from them. The harder they get the racing door to door, 36J is going to set out and set sail, as he is doing right now. No surprises here. That's not right. They're allowing 36J to get out front comfortably. Now we'll have to get a caution, I think, because we're getting down to it. 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go here at the Boothill Speedway for $10,000. Justin Whitehead has plans for ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane and ready to burn the house down. Barring a rabbit being pulled out of the hat by the 801 of Ingles. He's going to have to go, and he's got to go now. He cannot play anymore with 25. Down the front straightaway. Ingles on the is mashing on the gas now. We're about to find out. We're finding out right now who's got the good stuff for the final 8 here at the Hill tonight. 7 to go this time by at the line. Yeah.
66.
I said it earlier, Jacob Wilburn thinks that he's got a hot rod. He didn't pay $2,000 to get into this race for no reason. We'll need to see a caution just to see what would happen. He's come from 25th to 5th. Jacob Wilburn, J-Will, the Winter Nationals champion here in February of 2017, has worked his way, and we head off into 1. The 6 car of Alex Williams out of the race, and here comes Jacob Wilburn, working on the tail tank of the number 100 of Ingles. And Ricky Ingles getting closer. We're down to 5 to go. 5 to go, and Ingles is inching in closer. Pulling in closer, down the front straightaway into 1. Best lap of the race, just turned by car number 81 of Ricky Ingles. On lap number 44, turned to 17.635. A 17.635 for Ingles. The quickest lap of the race just turned by Ingles, a 17.635. Can he get there? Race fans, we're working down to it. 4 laps to go. Ricky Ingles inching in closer. He's going to have to get the entry and the exit down pat. Down the back straightaway. Here we go, race fans. It's heating up. Running down. The 2 proverbial favorites coming into this race this weekend have 3 laps to go to settle the score between themselves. McEachern with a stellar run tonight. Can't go home with his head held low. Here it comes. 2 laps to go. Ingles, the quickest car on the racetrack right now. There's no doubt. Down the front straightaway with 2 laps to go. The 7-time Cajun Cruiser Classic winner, Justin Whitehead from Hooks, Texas, trying to win a big crown jewel. Has never won a race of this magnitude for $10,000. The Cajun Classic equally as popular, and you have to use equal amount of talent to get the job done. But tonight, he'll have the 61-year-old veteran racer who's made many laps of this racetrack over the years to hunt him down, and will he make a bold move here on the final lap of this race? $10,000 hangs into the balance in turn number 3. 81 of Ingles, will he throw the kitchen sink, or will he play conservative and show some respect? He'll drive it deep into turn number 3. Or no. And off of 4, double checkers out. Justin Whitehead wins the 4th annual $10,000 win King of the Hill, and he's got to be fired up. He's about to burn the house down on the front straightaway. King of Boothill goes to Justin Whitehead from Hooks, Texas. To see a guy that's won all you can win in this class be that fired up, folks, that says it all. He truly had to earn this win tonight. He'll grab his daughter, Taylor, and his wife Cheryl, join him and get a word with him. Justin, I'm not sure it has to sink in too long for you, but wow. I mean, you started on the pole. I don't think anybody ever counts you out in these races, man, but I'll tell you what. At any point in that race, you didn't have the fastest car. You didn't turn the quickest lap in that race, but you had the piece to hold on to get this win. Ingles ran you down there in the late going. Not sure if you felt the pressure any, but I tell you, what do you have to say, man? You're obviously fired up, and you deserve to be fired up after this one.
Oh, after last year, that was devastating. Couldn't wait to get it back here. No, we did not have the fastest car at all. We had the preferred line. Somebody gave me a bump going to the front straightaway. Let me know the track had gotten a little faster, and it helped me out some. But I can't thank everybody enough. Thompson Motorsports for the awesome car. Henry's Motorsports, Phone Pros, Best Engines, Hames Ford, Anti-Delivery, Race on Texas, Billy White with Spencer & Son Timber, Borderline Septic, Hadaway Towing, my wife, Sarah, Chris, Ben, everybody helped a ton. Kaylor Addison, of course.
Sometimes you leave me speechless. I wasn't sure what we'd talk about here, but what I was going to talk to you about next. Last year, you had that heartbreak. You led the first 42 laps of this race. It paid $7,000 to win, which has been a nice chunk of change to bring back the hooks. But you broke on lap 42. Still not sure what you broke that night, but that was a big heartbreak. I know you're pretty upset about that, man. How much did you think about that and put that into consideration to come to this race to make sure every nut and bolt, everything was just absolutely set on kill?
A good friend of mine once told me that's in the past, so we focused on this weekend. I got a lot of help from guys in the pits. We changed a lot and got it a lot better.
I know that you haven't won this 10,000, but what motivates Justin Whitehead? You've won the Cajun Classic 7 times. I know you love to win. What motivates you to come out here and get the job done week in, week out? 159 wins now since the start of 2012. It's unparalleled.
What more fun could you have? I mean, it's a blast. My family's here. I had a great time.
How big is this just for outlaw race cars? Obviously, you're the hot commodity. You're the top chassis manufacturer around. This has to feel good, too, for bragging rights, just everything. Because, hey, those laser race cars were right there hunting you down second and third.
Oh, yeah. I just want to knock that one off the mantle.
Absolutely. Great job, Justin. Congratulations on another big victory. You earned it tonight.
Thank you, Zach.
Give it up for folks. Justin Whitehead back at ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane, this time for $10,000. He deserves a round of applause. Bubba Keeter. We'll talk about it. If you still hear Ricky Ingles. We'll get a word with Ricky real quick. Yeah, get closer. Ricky, you turned the second quickest lap in this race in the late going on lap number 44. You really picked up the place there. So you had 6 more laps at that point. You ran Justin down. I wasn't sure if you were going to throw the kitchen sink there, but it looked like you gave it everything you had tonight.
Yeah, we got the restart. Bubba chose the bottom, and I felt like I had a good car to start on the outside, and it really took off good. It seemed like till I got some heat in my tires, and it would slow down a little bit. I could back off and take it easy and get some heat out of that right rear tire, and I made a charge right there at the end, but I just didn't have enough for him. He was too good. But I'm happy, we come from where we started, and I had fun.
Yeah, I mean, as good as you know, though, the picks to come in and win this race this weekend, you and Justin were the proverbial favorites. You've won here 5 times this year. I don't think anybody's surprised that you're here, but do you think that you wasted maybe a little bit too much time, I guess, with your starting position getting there? Do you think you made a longer green flag run?
I don't know. He was so good on the long green flag, and like I said, my tire was getting hot on the right rear. I don't know what the problem there was, but I could have took it easy on it, and it might have been a little better, but, Justin was going to have to make a mistake before I would pass him, and that's not going to happen.
You weren't going to root him out of the way.
I do my best not to. I think we touched one time but that was it.
I heard that. Hey, where you at last year? Not saying you were terrible in this thing, but from where a season ago, from where you're at, you got to be tickled to death right now with how well this 81 car is performing. I'm
really having fun in this factory stock. I mean, it really makes it worthwhile now.
With you, man. Let's hear about the folks that help you out in the race.
Kiff 93, 99, 98, 9. Yeah, they're great. Highway, and I'd like to take my crew. They just got the car. I think the radio. No. But it worked out good.
Always good to see you, man. Congratulations on the night, Ricky. You deserve it.
Okay, thank you.
Good up, folks. Ricky Ingles is home second tonight. We'll get a word with Bubba McKeechin real quick. We'll make sure I get in a spot where the mic doesn't cut out anymore. And we're going to talk to Jake Wilmer, too. Are any Bubba McKeechin fans left in the house tonight? I gotta say, you turned the quickest lap of this race, young man. What a job you did. I'm not sure if one of the racers, you didn't want to see that late caution. Just as you were hunting down 36J, the caution comes out just as it seemed like you were heating those tires up. The car was really coming to you.
Yeah, I really didn't want to see that caution, you know. I finally got up there to him, and lap traffic kind of helped me out a little bit. But old Neil calls a caution, which it's racing deal, you know. Justin's hard to pass, and Ricky, he's hard. He's real fast, you know. But I sure wasn't wanting to see that caution for sure.
What happened earlier in the race, and you do get your spot back. Do you think at that point, you're just happy to be up here contending for this win?
Yeah, I was just trying to keep my calm, you know, making sure I was going to get my spot back. But luckily, I was able to.
How nice does it feel, though, to finally close one of these things out? You've had such a good car driving for Steve and Bert, and you finally get to close one out with a strong podium here with 121 factory stocks in the pit this weekend. You were one of the cream of the crop.
Man, it's awesome. You know, I couldn't do it without Steve, Bert, that crew guy, Blake, Marsalis. Man, that dude is wonderful. He does anything you want him to do, you know, puts money into that car. He got a lot of faith. He got more faith in me than I got myself, you know. All my fans, you can hear them up there hollering every now and then, but all the people out here cheering, we couldn't do it without y'all. Appreciate y'all coming.
Ask Ricky the same thing. If you'd have been there, would you have made a $10,000 move?
I owe him a couple. We'll leave it at that.
All right, Dad. Give it up for, ladies and gentlemen, from Houghton, Louisiana, Bubba McEachern. I said, we're going to get the good out of it. Oh, Jason, we got to just ask you how, because I got to talk to Jacob Wilburn, too, because he drove from 25th. Man, what a race for you tonight, though, man. You did everything you could, I imagine, behind the wheel of that Mercer Motorsports car.
Yeah, we was trying. You know, we started 10th and got up to 4th. I feel very fortunate to get that. So I was just, just trying to ride and buy my time and stay out of trouble.
You enjoy driving these factory stock cars when you get that phone call? I'm sure you have fun out here doing that.
Oh, yeah, I love racing, so it don't matter. As long as we're competitive, I'm gonna love it.
Not a bad couple of weeks here at Boothill, man. You went 2 last weekend. You come back here and get a strong 5th out of 121 cars.
Yeah, it feels good.
Let's hear about the folks that gave you this opportunity and some folks that helped you out, get you here to this.
Tommy Mercer, asked me to drive his car, so I got to thank him for, giving me the opportunity. Southern Roofing, got the crew, Phillip, Shane, all the guys helping on it, so, they all make it possible.
I think Ricky might race till he's 78.
He probably will.
Yeah. Hey, Jason. Jason Ingalls comes home in fourth. I said we will get the good out of it here. I got to talk to Jacob Wilburn. He deserves it. He's the hard charger of tonight's event. Jacob, would you pay $2,000 into this race, and by God, you were going to go back to Highlands, Texas, and make sure that you earned your $2,000, 25th to 5th. What a performance for you in the HM Chassis house car.
Yeah, we did pay $2,000 to get in. We had a hard break on our qualifying race, passing for 4th. Broke the right rear, axle. So put a new rear end in it and started 26 and knew we had a good car, so that's why we went ahead and wanted to race the A.
Man, I tell you what, you look pretty motivated out there. You had a good car in that qualifier as well, and I wasn't sure what you broke, but it was obvious you had a really good piece. You were confident in yourself, and I think Jason Pena and all those other guys were definitely confident in you getting to the front as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just got to qualify better in one of these races, coming from the back like that with 30-minute, 50-lap feature, that's pretty hard with no caution. We had 3 cautions in there, so, yeah.
Is it a little bit special, though, considering you've only raced 7-8 times this year?
Yeah, we've made every show besides this one, but I guess we made this one since we bought our way in, so we're here, sitting here in the infield on tech pad, so I guess we're doing something good.
Final thing on RaceOnTexas.com, give an opportunity to thank the folks that do help you out in your racing program.
Yeah, first of all, I thank all these fans for staying out and supporting us, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be sitting down here racing and doing what we love, so thank every fan out there for coming out. I got to thank Jason Pena with Holy Moly Race Cars. This is his car. He lets me drive it, so McNorton, D-Water, and Best Engines, Chuck, Justin Whitehead, they do whatever I need. Coverflex Manufacturer, Advanced Steel Solution, Overnight Wraps, Luna's Tire Shop, AM Fleet, C&D Auto Repair, the Beauty Bar in Baytown, and my old lady and Jason Pena's old lady. We do this all the time, so thank y'all.
Awesome. Watch the trip back to Highlands, Texas tonight, my friend.
Okay, thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
Give it up.